G'day everyone, this afternoon I'm going fishing at a very full Lake Moodemere. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now I've made quite a few videos fishing here at Lake Moodemere, but never from this particular spot. This is the skiing end. This is where all the water skiers go. There's a public bait ramp just up there and a bit of an observation tower where you can climb up to get a better look at. There's no weeds along here, it's quite open, the grass is nice and short. And then down there, the lake opens up into a really big open bay, and that's where I usually fish, around there in the open. Now, the lake is chock-a-block full at the moment. Now, you've never seen me fish here before, so you've got no real basis for comparison. But in some of my old videos, you'll notice I climb down a steep bank, and I fish down there sort of thing. Well, that's the same with this bank. This bank would be the same, except the lake's chock-a-block, so it's... she's full. They've had a lot of rain over here in Rutherglen this week. They've had 170 millimetres of rain in Rutherglen, which is just over there. And the Murray Valley Highway is currently closed. The 3-chain road is currently closed. I had a hell of a time getting here. The only way I got here was because I told them I'm only going to Lake Moodemere, so they let me drive past the road close on because I wasn't going as far as the floodwaters. And then when I got here, there's puddles all over the road. The track that goes in through the bush over the back here to the lake is completely underwater. So I've only just been able to get in here. So what I've done, I've put this stick here in the mud. I've got a stick down there. That's about half an inch or so above water height. And I'm just going to monitor that because if this rises any more than 2 or 3 inches, I've got to get out or the road's going to go underwater. That's the flood monitoring station. Anyway, let's get some line set up, get some bait in the water. Alright folks, I've got 2 rods set up. One with a bubble float with about a metre 20 of dropper underneath. The other with a paternoster rig, both with Jan-Juck worms. Now the float can just go out there for now. I suspect that the breeze will just keep blowing my float around and I'll get sick of it and I'll end up with 2 bottom rigs. The paternoster rig can go just out there. Right, now both lines are in, the paternoster rig's on the right, the float rig's on the left. Now what often happens in a situation like this with a float, the breeze is going to blow my float from right to left. As the line pulls tight, the float will move in closer to the bank until the worms touch the bottom, and then it'll probably stop drifting and the worms will be sitting on the bottom. Something's pulling my float around out there. It just moved forward, there it goes, just move forward a bit. Something's playing with it. The float just keeps moving forward, it's pulling forward a bit there and again, and missed him. Well, that's encouraging. I've been sitting here thinking, I don't know, I haven't got a good feeling about this. It doesn't feel overly fishy or something to me. I don't know. I'm not used to fishing Lake Moodemere when it's high and got fresh, clear water in it like this. Normally it's low and dirty and it looks better now, but I'm not used to fishing it like this. It's just unnatural and I don't know whether I'm going to go any good. It could go either way, but I'm not feeling it, if you know what I mean. But that was encouraging. I'm feeling it a little bit more now than I was a few minutes ago. How's my stick looking? Yeah, still about half an inch above the water. No change, that's good. That's reassuring. Right, now while I'm waiting for a fish to come along, I've decided to throw the shrimp net in. I've got it baited with dry dog food, Good O's dry dog food. Let's see if there's any yabbies or shrimp on the move. There it goes, it's got it. And I've got it. Whatever it is, I've got it. It's a redfin. It's the first redfin that I've caught at Lake Moodemere for quite some time. Now I'm going to tell you why I'm a little bit excited about this. Little redfin. Thanks for coming along and see you later, mate. And I'm just getting a nibble on this other rod here as I'm talking. Now the reason, I'll just put my camera back on my head. I was going to say my GoPro, but it's not a GoPro. I bought myself a DJI. The reason I'm excited about it, with the floods that we've had this summer and spring filling up Lake Moodemere, I've been sort of secretly hoping that a few redfin might come over the wall of Lake Hume and end up down here in Lake Moodemere. And that looks like that's what might have happened. I've got a bit of a tangle going on here. Normally when the Murray River floods and they open the floodgates at Lake Hume, we get good redfin fishing at Lake Moodemere the following season. And that's what I'm hoping happens again this season. And yet, strangely enough, when you get 2 or 3 years without that flood, the redfin disappear. They just disappear naturally. The conditions might not be right for them once it gets too low or something, I don't know. I've been down here and experienced some phenomenal redfin fishing on wet years when the Murray River has flooded into Lake Moodemere, and then I've fished here for years without even seeing any redfin. So it looks like the redfin have returned to Lake Moodemere, and if you want to fish and come here and catch them, we'll enjoy it while it lasts, because if we get a few dry years, they'll likely disappear again. That's from my observations anyway. Right, now I've just taken the paternoster rig off this rod using the same sinker, which is probably a bit big, but that's okay. The same sinker, the same hook, and even the same worm. I've just changed it to a running sinker rig. It's gone completely under. It's gone completely under. Got him. What if this is just pulled the float straight under? What if that's a carp, I think, this time. It's a silver perch. I didn't even know there was silver perch in here. Fisheries. Have you been putting silver perch into Lake Nilakudi? You legends. Now that has made my day. An unexpected catch from Lake Moodemere. I thought it was a carp. It's a silver perch. It's only a little one, but from little things, big things grow. Mate, see you later, alligator. That has made me so happy. I know it's only a really small silver perch, but I didn't even know there was silver perch in Lake Moodemere. That has put a smile on my dial. I don't know what else to say. I've got to get my line back in and try and catch another one. You bloody ripper! Now that silver, I had the redfin before, it fell to a single janjuck worm. I pin it through the top like that, and then I thread a bit. I'm only using a really small hook, so I'll thread a little bit onto the hook like that. So it's pinned through and threaded, and that leaves me with a big long tail. And then I just poke that tail over one more time. So I've got a wiggly tail, I've got a fair old hold on the hook, and I put that back out where it was. I can't believe it. I didn't even know there were silvers in here. I'm going to have to jump onto the Victorian Fisheries website and have a look at their stocking history and see how many they've put here. What a pleasant surprise. Something happening with the shrimp net. Oh, you've got what have I got in there? A carp. Catch a redfin and a silver perch on the float and a weeny little baby European carp in the shrimp net. And that'll be what, there's a little fish jumping around. That'll be what it is. It'll be these little carp. I'll euthanize him and I'll get the net back in. Any shrimp in there? No. Well, so far I've only caught 2 fish on a rod, 2 fish on fishing rods, but I've caught 3 fish in total. It's towing the float. It's towing the float, but it won't pull it under. What's happening over here? This rod, it's bouncing. This line, it's bouncing around quite a bit here. Got him. Oh, yeah, I've got him. Oh, small. That is tiny. Look at the size of that carp. Look. That's why I'm having trouble hooking up. That carp wouldn't be 8 centimetres long, I don't reckon. It's a carp. I've hooked him under the mouth and he's absolutely tiny. I'll put it on the ground next to me bubble float to give you an idea. Look at that. Look at the size of that carp. How the hell did I manage to catch that on a bloody worm, on a hook? That's what's giving me all the nibbles. The lake is teeming with small carp. Let me float thrashing around down there. Something's having a hell of a time with it. Got it. Got to be another little weeny carp, doesn't it? Yep, look at this. Look at the size of the things. Carp, these summer floods, these really wet years with summer floods, provide absolute spawning grounds or breeding grounds for carp. And that's why we now have Lake Moodemere is chock-a-block full of carp, not much more than a couple of inches long. I caught the last 2 carp on the same janjuck worms. I'll leave it on for a bit longer. Got a bit of a carp frenzy going on here at the moment. I kid you not, I'm trying to look to see how many silver perch have been stocked into Lake Moodemere, but as soon as I sit down, my float starts bouncing around. I've just made my way to the Victorian Fisheries page, and I'm looking at the fish stocking. Up until January 21, golden perch, golden perch, golden perch, golden perch, catfish, 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 Murray cod in 2011. There's no mention of silver perch ever being stocked in here. Here's me float going and towed around again. There's no mention of silver perch. I wonder if it's swimming out of the river, with the river being up, the same as that redfin probably did. How's the shrimp net going over here? Lots of leaves. No shrimp. None at all. Isn't that amazing? It's like a totally different lake. Lake Moodemere's normally got no redfin, no silver perch, big carp, and it's just alive with shrimp. The float's dancing around. Dancing, getting towed, getting bobbed around, spinning, twisting. There's still something there. Still getting pulled around a bit. There he goes. He's off and got him. And it's another weeny little carp, and I've jagged him. I've hooked him in the side. You guys are fun and all, but I want more silver perch. That's so much more exciting. Bada bum, bum, bum. Another carp bites the dust. I've missed the hook up, but I've just hooked something on the, or have I? Yep, I've just hooked something really small on the running sinker rig. Haven't caught a fish for ages. Let me guess, another carp. Yep. I've been getting them all on the float. This is the first one that I've caught on the bottom, on the running sinker rig. And once again, it's jagged under the throat. And once again, it is absolutely tiny. Right, now I'm going to cast this back out there with the running sinker rig. The same worm on it. Haven't had nearly as many bites on this rod as I have on the float. What's going on here? That line's very tight. Got him. Whoa, look at this. I've hooked a big fish. I've hooked a big fish. I haven't had a chance to tell you. I took the float off and big carp. I took the float off. Am I even recording? I think I am. Yes. I was just about to, I've been waiting to tell you this. I put a paternoster rig on here. I took the float off and put a paternoster rig on because all the action seems to be in close. So I thought I'd put something on. All the real weeny little carp seem to be in close around the edges here. So I thought I don't want to waste my worms on tiny weeny little carp all night. So I'll put a paternoster rig on. I rigged it up. I was just about to film and let you know what I was doing. And then I hooked that little carp on this other rod. So I quickly laid this down with about 6 feet of line out. And then before I even had a chance to introduce it with my paternoster rig, I've caught a great big carp. When I say great big, under normal circumstances, this wouldn't be big. It's about probably 50 centimetres. But compared to all the other carp that I've caught tonight that have been about 8 to 7, 8, 9 centimetres long, it's an absolute submarine. Now, I haven't got a landing net with me, but I have got my fish grips. The reason being, I actually wasn't planning on coming here. I was going somewhere else, and there's a nice sandbar that I can fish off, but there was too much water and I couldn't fish there. So I thought, well, while I'm over this way, I'll go to Lake Moodemere. But thankfully, I have at least got my fish grips. That was unbelievable. There was probably only 8 feet of line out, if that. It was just about where that carp is there now. It was about how far from the bank I hooked it. I just put the paternoster rig on, put a worm on and just set it there pretty much. Now this could end up pear-shaped here. Got him. Got it. Got to be quick because carp have got very soft lips, and they often pull the fish grip, rips the lips, and the fish gets off. Anyway, I got the fish off. I might get a quick pick. Oh yeah, the fish are getting bigger. See how long this takes. 1, 2, 3. There he goes. There's a bite. He's swimming with it, he's swimming with it, he's taking it and got him. Good, don't have to touch that one. Here he goes. Someone's taking it, got him. All right, that'll do. I've had me fun. Another little weenie carp. I'm going to put a fresh worm on now and cast out past these little carp that are all in shallows. Right, and I've had me fun. So I've put a single Jan Jack worm on and I'm going to cast out where it's a bit deeper just to try and get past the little ones. Try and catch a larger fish. I have caught one larger one today. Here we go. Missed it. Look at the big swirl of mud there. There must be carp swimming around these shallows because that's where I caught that one earlier. Oh, going to bite on both rods here. This rod's got the bail open, so if it's a half decent fish, it should be able to grab the line and swim with it. But all this mud stirred up here. There must be... Oh, got it! Oh, I missed him! You see that? I was just about to say there must be some big fish just swimming in close. The problem is, every time I put my line in close like that, the real little fish just drive me insane. Come on. Got him. Oh, I was hoping way out there that I wouldn't catch tiny carp. But I did. They're in close, they're out far, they're wherever you are. Tiny carp. I'm getting a bite! I'm getting a bite! It stopped. The line's slack. You see that? Usain Bolt would be proud. I was just over at the car, I was taking my chair and stuff back, just starting to pack up. It's gone. How beautiful is Lake Moodemere at sunset? A lovely, lovely place. I've had a fantastic afternoon. By far, the silver perch stole the show. There's only a small fish, but I'm a huge fan of what Victorian fisheries are doing with silver perch at the moment. They're turning up everywhere, and that's a great thing. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.